When I was younger, I liked to imagine that Spider-Man, the 2004 Punisher movie, Ang Lee's Hulk, X-Men, and Ben Affleck's Daredevil movie all took place in the same shared universe. There was something really appealing about the thought, the idea that these heroes had their own separate adventures, but all existed in the same world, leaving room for crossovers. While Sam Raimi's Spider-Man films aren't officially tied to those movies or even the early MCU, that never stopped creatives from trying to piece them together throughout the years. Louis Leterrier had originally planned for Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker to make a cameo in The Incredible Hulk. The scene would have featured Peter at Columbia University during Bruce Banner's meeting with Samuel Stern near the end of the film. However, Sony didn't allow Marvel to include Spider-Man, so the idea was scrapped. Following the release of Spider-Man 2, some fans believed that the Punisher appeared briefly in the movie. There was a scene where MJ runs through a crowd and passes a man dressed in black who many thought resembled Thomas Jane's version of the Punisher from the 2004 movie. This fueled speculation that Raimi's Spider-Man existed in the same universe. The theory gained more traction when people claimed Raimi confirmed the cameo in the DVD commentary, but no such statement exists in any official release. There is hardly any definitive evidence that Punisher ever made a cameo in the movie. If you'd like to know more about this topic, check out this video by the channel Corn Dog Ninja. In Spider-Man 2, when Doc Ock reveals his robotic arms, the film does not explain who made them, only that they were designed for his fusion experiment. But during the early drafts of the Iron Man movie, there was an idea that Tony Stark had actually developed these mechanical limbs for Otto. It's unclear how closely the two characters were supposed to be linked, but it's likely Otto just hired Stark Industries to create them. Since the arms appear to have some form of AI, this would suggest that Stark was already experimenting with artificial intelligence at the time. Wolverine nearly made a cameo in the first Spider-Man film. According to Sam Raimi and Hugh Jackman, both Avi Arad and Kevin Feige tried to make it happen, but legal issues prevented it. Jackman admitted he didn't know what the scene would have been, maybe a gag or a quick appearance, but it never ended up moving forward thanks to one strange reason. According to Hugh Jackman, the reason for the cancellation was that the Wolverine costume could not be found, though legal complications were likely the bigger issue.
I remember he tried to get Hugh Jackman, I believe, who was the Wolverine, to maybe arrange a cameo in the first Spider-Man, but it never really was able to be worked out. I think because 20th Century Fox had the rights to those characters and it was just too complex. But there were attempts to start up that Marvel Cinematic Universe even back then.
There's a brief mention of Doctor Strange in Spider-Man 2 during a scene at the Daily Bugle.
Crap!
Doctor Strange.
That's pretty good. But it's taken.
It's important to know that this does not confirm that the Sorcerer Supreme exists in this verse. It could just be referring to Dr. Stephen Strange before he went through his origin story. During the production of Iron Man, Marvel Studios, still small at the time, tried to negotiate with Sony and Fox to bring characters like Spider-Man and the X-Men into their new cinematic universe. Around this time, they even shot a version of the Iron Man post-credit scene where Nick Fury name-dropped these heroes.
As if gamma accidents, radioactive bug bites, and assorted mutants weren't enough, I have to deal with a spoiled brat who doesn't play well with others and wants to keep all his toys to himself.
However, when the deal fell through, the scene was replaced with a different version of the same scene. Unlike the movies, the novelization of Spider-Man includes several direct references to a larger Marvel universe. For instance, Peter mentions that his parents were actually secret agents trying to stop the Red Skull, suggesting that Captain America and his nemesis are a part of this world. There's also a mention of the Hulk rampaging in New Mexico. Norman Osborn refers to Dr. Strom as a leading expert in cybernetics. second only to Dr. Hank Pym, Ant-Man. Additionally, J. Jonah Jameson is said to have a call with Reed Richards and Bruce Banner. Lastly, the wrestler Bonesaw fights someone named Jack Murdock who wears red and yellow, hinting that this is Daredevil's father.